Hello YouTube and welcome to beautiful Aiken, South Carolina for another dash cam drive through a town in South Carolina today. Aiken is the county seat of Aiken County. Now before we go any further, let me just please ask humbly for you to subscribe if you like this content. If you don't like this content, I still humbly ask you to subscribe. And this is going to be one of the longer dash cam drive-throughs for sure. So if you're interested in the old town part of Aiken, the historic buildings and downtown area, skip ahead to about 8 minutes in. That may be a little early still, but it will get you very close to the portions of the episode you would like. So, this is Aiken, South Carolina. Aiken has a population of about 32,000. It is famous for being a equestrian center, which of course is horses, horse riding. I don't know if they have horse racing here or not. I assume they probably do. But it is a very horse-centric area of the world, and I've been told that it's also a very popular place for retiring veterans to live. Aiken also attracted a lot of wealthy northerners back in the early days of, well, I guess there wasn't the early days of America, but the 1800s, due to its climate. And we'll talk about that in a minute still. A couple areas of focus I want to talk about. Later on in the video, you will briefly see the Hitchcock Woods, and I will try to point them out when we come across them, but as of right now, they're still a ways off, but I'll go ahead and let you know about them. This is coming from hitchcockwoods.org. The Hitchcock Woods Foundation is solely responsible for the preservation and management of the Hitchcock Woods, which is the largest privately owned urban forest in the country. So that's pretty cool. It's 2,100 acres and 70 miles of sandy trails have been a haven for pedestrian and equestrian users since the early 1800s. And the Hitchcock Woods also seem to put on the Aiken Horse Show, the Aiken Horse Show Silent Auction, those two events. So definitely involved with horses through and through there. And that's not too big of a surprise given the history of Aiken. So let's see what else we can find out about Aiken. According to visitaiken.sc.com, it says nestled, and this is Aiken's story according to them, and I'll read it word for word. Nestled in the heart of South Carolina, Aiken is a captivating city where history, charm, and modern vitality converge in an intimately Southern experience. With roots dating back to the early 19th century, Aiken boasts a rich history steeped in equestrian heritage, cultural diversity, and a strong sense of community. From our legendary training tracks that have nurtured world-renowned thoroughbreds, to our intriguing art scene that celebrates creativity in all forms, Aiken is a vibrant city woven from threads of tradition and innovation. That's a mouthful. They could do a little bit better than that, I think. Aiken's history sparkles with stories of historic railroad connecting Aiken to the rest of the country, ushering in new eras of growth and development for the town. The town's significance further deepened as the winter colonists, Gilded Age glitterati, whatever that means, who traveled south seeking respite from the cold winters of the Northeast, brought with them a legacy for gracious living and a fondness for equestrian pursuits, both of which continue to shape our city today. Today we pride ourselves in offering a range of experiences that invite every traveler to pursue their passion. Whether you're an outdoor enthusiast seeking picturesque trails and serene parks, a shopaholic exploring charming boutiques, a culinary connoisseur craving new and exciting flavors, or a history buff Uncovering stories of the past, Aiken invites you to immerse yourself in our historic streets and enjoy your time in the beating heart of South Carolina's thoroughbred country. Perhaps what truly sets Aiken apart is our unique way of embracing life, a fusion of Southern hospitality, a deep connection to the equestrian world, and a thriving cultural landscape that captures the spirit of both past and present. No matter what you're searching for in Aiken, rest assured you're invited. Well then, okay, so after reading that, we kind of get a picture of what Aiken is, and right there I was turning to go to Vitamin Shop and Captain D's. We don't have a Captain, there's the Captain D's I went to right there. We don't have a Captain D's in my area of the world anymore. They all closed down, so anytime I come across one out in the wild, I think the Lake City video I did the same thing. I got to get some fried fish. That's not good for you, but what the heck. Okay, what else can we see about Aiken? We can also check out the Wikipedia page and see what they got going on over there. I've been to Aiken twice before today. One time for a high school competition in theater, and I'm not an actor and I don't participate in theater, but I took the class and had to go. It was over a weekend at USC Aiken, South Carolina Aiken College. And I also went one time also for a football game here. Oh, Wikipedia says Aiken was a planned town, and many of the streets in the historic district are named for other cities and counties in South Carolina, which include Abbeville, Barnwell, Beaufort, Chesterfield, Colleton, Columbia, Dillon, Edgefield, Edisto, Fairfield, Florence, Greenville, Hampton, Horry, Jasper, Kershaw, Lancaster, Lawrence, Marion, Marlboro, McCormick, Newberry, Orangeburg, Pendleton, Pickens, Richland, Sumter, Union, Williamsburg, and York. So that is, how many counties there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27. A lot of them are my neck of the woods too. No Georgetown Street. Um, I'm in Horry, but but they have Dillon and Marion, Williamsburg. Interesting. Okay, what else we got? They talk about the Savannah River plant, but we talked about that in the Ellington video. Let's see. The median income for a household in the city was 49,100. The median income for a family was 63,520. About 10% of families and 14% of the population are below the poverty line. Historic places, according to Wikipedia, in the city. Oh, actually, let's pause on that. We'll get back to that in a minute. We're in the downtown area here, and I kind of wanted to touch on this when we got there. If you saw there was the brick wall. And I'm not sure, I wasn't on my screen watching if we passed the horse um, crossing sign, which you don't just see in every city in America, that's for sure. There's some nice brick walls on the side. There it was. There's a horse crossing sign, and I think both of those areas are like clubs and stuff, like right there. For people to take their horses and ride them through a little park and whatnot, or it could be something even fancier than that. I'm not quite sure. I don't participate in equestrian activities. But if I did, Aiken would be the first place on my list, and let me tell you that much. Besides maybe the Kentucky Derby. If I was invited there, I'd be stupid not to go there. Alright, so here we're going to take a left. We're going to head even closer to the downtown area. And on that sign, they called Aiken the South's prettiest small town or best small town, something like that. where all those flowers were and stuff. I don't think a town of 32,000 qualifies as a small town, in my personal opinion. I think you got to be under like 10,000 to be a small town. After that, you're a medium-sized town, maybe all the way up until 50,000, and then you're also. And who? I mean, I'm just talking right now, and I need to shut up. I mean, that's my opinion. Aiken is not a small town. There are the Hitchcock Woods straight up there to the left. That is the largest urban forest in the country. Alright, and as you can see, it's a little bit darker, and I had a over 3 hour drive home. I was not participating in any type of recreation out after this. As far as being in Aiken, it was time to get home. So we are now approaching the real deal downtown area. I would presume Main Street. I don't recall exactly what it's called, though. I don't think it was Main Street, but I would. What I mean by that is I assume it operates as that. Here we are. To the left, it's the old Farmers Bank with the American flag flying up there. It's really nice. And I stopped here and made sure that everyone could see the nice, pretty fountain they had in the middle of the road. All right, and as you can tell, town was busy on this Friday night. Lots of people downtown, and always love to see the little downtowns be bustling and busy. And as you can see, there's not a parking spot to be found until we get clear across the other side of the road. It looks to be like that on both sides of the street too. Probably lots of nice um, businesses and places to eat. But I imagine this is about dinner time, so I imagine it was probably a lot of eating going on at this time of the day on Friday night. Little clock there. Now we're going to see a little bit more parking spaces. I would assume this is more of the services like barber shops and whatnot in the little downtown part, based on the time of day and the empty parking compared to the other side where there was none. Alright, and so now we're going to slowly start to exit the town. Got another 4 minutes of video to watch. It's just going to transition back though slowly towards more of the sprawl type stuff like we had at the beginning. So just wanted to point that out. I'm going to go back to the Wikipedia page here and I'm going to read off the historic places they say are in Aiken. They have the Aiken Golf Club, the Aiken Polo Club, Aiken Preparatory School, Aiken Tennis Club, Hitchcock Woods, Hopelands Garden, Old Aiken Post Office, which has a page, so let's click on that and see what that's all about. The Old Aiken Post Office, located in Aiken, South Carolina, is a former U.S. post office and photography studio that now serves as an office building. The first floor of the building has been occupied by Savannah River Nuclear Solutions, LLC since December 2009 following renovations. It is beautiful. I wish I would have saw that when I was there. It's a very nice building. Look that up if you want to see something cool. They also have the Palmetto Golf Club, St. Mary Help of Christians Catholic Church, Whitehall Mansion, the Aiken Colored Cemetery, Aiken Mile Track, Aiken Training Track, Aiken Winter Colony Historic District 1, Aiken Winter Colony Historic District 2, Aiken Winter Colony Historic District 3, Chancellor James P. Carroll House, China Berry, Coker Spring Court Tennis Building, Crossways, Dawson Vanderhorst House, Emmanuel School, Joy Cottage, Laguerre Morgan House, Phelps House, Pickens House, St. Mary Help of Christians Church, St. Thaddeus Episcopal Church, Charles Simons Jr. Federal Courthouse, Whitehall, and Wilcox's are all listed on the National Register of Historic Places. Wilcox's is an internationally known inn. Okay, cool. It looked nice too. I'd like to have seen that. Probably couldn't have seen it though. Another interesting thing about Aiken is that it's home to the Big Show from WWE or AEW's Paul White, the world's largest athlete, as they would say. If you're a wrestling fan like myself, you know who the Big Show is, no doubt. See if we can figure out some other famous people. Lee Atwater, Eric Barnes, Charles E. Bolin, George H. Bostwick, Wesley Bryant, Anna Camp, Jimmy Carter, not the president, the boxer, and there is a whole list of other people. I'm not getting into reading all those people. William Refrigerator Perry, interestingly, is from Aiken, though. The Fridge from the 1985 Super Bowl winning Chicago Bears, famous for the Super Bowl Shuffle. Jim McMahon's sunglasses. Here's KJ's Market if you want to know if they were a Piggly Wiggly or an IGA town. KJ's is an IGA basically, so you know that answer now. There's this Circle K and a Sunoco gas station. Aiken had the cheapest prices of gas that I had seen in the state. And before that, it had been my town, Myrtle Beach, where I saw the cheapest, about $2.55. And a lot of other places are still in the 270s, but here it was $2.45. So I did stop and fill up a little outside of town limits and closer to the interstate. Surprisingly, by the interstate was where it was cheapest. Normally that's where it's jacked up, where it still might be $2.99. Not in Aiken County. I hope you guys enjoyed your ride through Aiken, South Carolina today. It looks like it'd be a cool place to go and visit for the day. So yeah, do a little research and go check it out yourself if you're ever nearby. Don't have any food recommendations or anything like that for you, but yeah, that was Aiken, South Carolina in thoroughbred country.